Yo, what's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Richie Ray, man. I'm coming with different energy today, so this is why I'm actually standing up. Because I just feel like just sitting down every episode would just hurt my energy, hurt my vibe. But I'm really excited to be back in the studio this week with my boy Ken doing his thing. My boy has been there for me from the beginning, man. And I don't really think you guys understand how much I love this man. I tell him I love him. I don't think he believe me because he don't tell me he love me back. I think he probably think, bro, that's kind of funny. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying. I'm comfortable with who I am and where I'm going. So if I can tell a grown man that I love him, that just means that I care for you truly. You know what I'm saying. So just to give you that FYI, Kenneth. You know what I'm saying? But hey, again, man, it's your boy Richard Ray. Welcome back to Richard Ray Uncensored. So this week, man, I wanted to start it off like this. Last 2 weeks for my job, I've been driving to Utah and back. All right, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful drive. But one thing that dawned on me was, have you ever saw like just been driving and you see mountains out of the blue, not necessarily out of the blue, but in the distance, and you'd be like, oh my God, those mountains look so beautiful. And especially like if the sun is hitting it right, you know what I'm saying? It's a sunrise or a sunset, and the mountain is just absolutely astonishing. But you get closer and closer, and you get closer and closer, and then you see the intricacies of this mountain, right? You see how jagged it really is. You see how uneven it really is. You see how dangerous it could possibly be. But then in your mind, you're like, I bet if somebody climbed that mountain, it'd be tough. But if they got to the top of that mountain, it'll be extremely amazing because they'll have a view that no one else has, right? But the thing about it is that when that person is going up that mountain, they could fall, they could slip, they could tumble back down the mountain, they could break an ankle, they could just overall hurt themselves and really be challenged to the point to where, hey, you know what, I really don't want to make this climb. But then you know what? They'll be like, oh man, I didn't already started, so why not keep going? And so they keep going, they keep going, they keep going, they keep going, no matter what season it is. Look at the people that travel Mount Everest, man. Like people die every time. People die on every journey up that mountain. But the thing is the fact that the people that make it to the top, they don't quit. Right. And so I'm saying this because your life is just like that. Right. Your life is going to be bumpy. It's going to be rugged. It's going to be tough. It's going to have you in those moments to where you just want to just give up. But I'm telling you, if you don't quit, if you just don't give in, if you just continue to grind, continue to get up and go get it, get up and take that next step, because only thing that's stopping you from getting to the very top is that next step. But I'm telling you, once you get to that next step and you continue to take that next step and the next step, no matter what comes against you, once you reach the pinnacle of that mountain, you'll have a view of your life that you've never had before. And so sometimes now what you got to do is, instead of focusing on how rugged and how tough and how beat up this and how uneven this mountain is, you got to have that first vision on what you've seen before you got extremely close. You got to have an outer body experience in order to realize that your life is absolutely beautiful. I'm just saying, your life is absolutely beautiful. So the falls, the trips, the broken ankles, the bleeding, the scars. Listen, it's just a journey, man. I'm always talking about the journey every single week. The reason why that is because the journey is where it all happens. The journey is where it all happens. This is where you reflect. The thing is that if you take a step and you slip and you fall and you get back up, you know that you can't take that same step again. You got to step somewhere differently. Right? That's just another sign that, hey, just because I didn't succeed at it the first time, the original way that I wanted to get there, doesn't mean that I can't take another step in order to get to the same destination. Your journey is, you got to stop and sit and think and be like, reflection. Reflection is where the realization is. Hold on, come on, man. The reflection is where the realization is, man. Because now when you get to the pinnacle of who you want to be, now you can reflect on and be thankful that, oh, you know what? My journey is what got me here. My journey is what got me here. And I can only speak from personal experience because I'm speaking from that right now. I'm not necessarily at the pinnacle of who I'm supposed to be right now, but nonetheless, I'm still reflecting because where I was is no longer where I am. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, man. So don't get so caught up on how many times you fall, you trip, and you flip. Just continue to move. Les Brown says it like this: if you fall, make sure you fall on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. Man, I'm telling you, man, I'm so excited about the person that I am and the person that I'm becoming, because who I am now and who I am becoming is, I couldn't have been who I am now and who I am becoming without who I was. That makes sense, Ken?
Yeah.
So remember, you cannot become who you are and who you're needing to be without who you were. Ugh. I hope I said something to somebody, man. I'm just saying, I hope you're just really writing this down and really paying attention, because everything I'm saying to you right now is going to be one of those things that you can reflect on. Yeah. So I'll tell you this too, man. So a couple weeks ago, I was at my daughter's track meet, right? You know, kids were laughing, kids were crying, kids were sad, and, you know, kids were winning, kids were losing, whatever, you know, all these situations. But listen, what I'm going to tell you right now is going to be, I knew this already, but it took some time for me to get there, because sometimes you have to hear from somebody else in order to confirm what you already know. Listen, in order for you to be able to perform when it's time for you to perform, you have to practice every day leading up until that point. That means that you got to practice more than you play. If you practice more than you play, when it's time for you to perform, you can execute like nobody else can. You can execute like you're supposed to. Too many of us give up too easy, you know? Too many of us give up too easy. But I commend Sour Kids Productions, man, because they are doing some absolutely amazing things. But we're going to cover that next week when we come back in this thing and really get that progress report. Y'all going to be ready for that, Ken?
Yeah, I'm always ready. They say don't be ready, stay ready.
Oh, you say don't be ready, stay ready. But what I'm telling you right now, listen, guys, don't give up on yourself, because you're worth it. Listen, you want to know what my life motto is, Ken?
What's that?
Greatness born and legendary bound. You know? What that means to me is the fact that I'm great because God saw fit to have me be born, or whatever spiritual entity or deity you believe in. Saw fit for you to be born, right? Mm-hmm. So you already align with greatness. But now what happens, what transitions that greatness to legendary is what?
Work. Self-reflection.
And that's called the journey. Mm-hmm. That's what it is, man. Hey, listen. I've been in that point in my life, man, to where I didn't have two pennies to rub together. I'm not the richest man on the planet right now, and I don't care to ever become that. But my whole goal is to be able to leave something for my kids, for my kids' kids, for my kids. But you know, the perfect thing that I can say, instead of just leaving something for my kids, I want to be able to create opportunities even after I'm dead. I want to be able to create opportunities for my family even after I'm gone. I don't know. I don't know if I'm talking to somebody right now, but I'm saying how powerful is that? That's what a legacy is. I want to be able to make opportunities for my family even after I'm dead and gone. Listen, Inky Johnson once said, he had an opportunity to play in a high school All-American football game. Right? He got on a plane. He went to the restroom and he found a sign. It said, "Please wash your hands and clean up after yourself, and leave this place better than what you found it." His whole schooling career, people were like, "You're not gonna be nothing. You're not gonna do nothing. You're gonna end up on cell block D." He says, "No, I'm not gonna end up on cell block D. I'm gonna end up on cell. I'm gonna end up at a D1 school." That's exactly what he did. He ended up at a D1 school. He said he went to the school called Krim High School. His parents wanted to take him out of that school. I forgot what other school they wanted to put him in because if he would have went to that school, he would have been guaranteed a scholarship. But he was like, "I want to stay at Krim High School because I can get a scholarship from this place." They said, "Nobody gets a scholarship from this place. So what? You're not going to do it." But guess what ended up happening? He ended up getting a scholarship from that place. So listen. When you want to give up and you want to give in, you got to understand that it's not only about you. You have to leave that place better than what you found it. Inky Johnson wakes up and says, "Hey, I owe my wife the best version of me. I owe myself the best version of me. I owe everyone that I love the best version of me." Why do I owe the people that I love the best version of me? Because I want to be able to create opportunities for them even after I'm dead. And the only way I can do that is by being the best version of myself while I'm alive. Ooh. Listen. You know what? I'm liking this energy. I think I'm going to do this every week.
This is like, I was going to tell you afterwards, but like, this is why I love what you do, though. And this is why we want you over here, because like this energy... Because you have this energy outside of conversation, outside of the show. So having that transition like fully to the show is what I love to see.
Listen, people. Listen. When you walk in your energy, the right people are going to gravitate towards you and the right people are going to gravitate away from you. This is what I'm saying. Once you are comfortable and you are okay and you love every single piece of atom that makes you who you are, that's when you're going to start living. You're no longer restrained by your old thoughts. That's right. Listen, Ken, if you were still restrained by your old thoughts, Sour Kiss Productions would never have came about, right?
Nope. I want to have the courage to do anything.
Now, so with that being said, that means that you have to change your mindset and the belief in yourself in order for you to do what? Create this opportunity.
Yeah.
Listen, people, you can't get to a different destination if you remain the same. Listen, once you realize your greatness, okay? Once you realize your greatness, the work just gets harder. Let's be when you started this, you realized your greatness. When you started this, it got harder, didn't it?
Yep, every day. New challenges every day.
And challenges that you didn't see coming, right?
Right.
Did that stop you from continue to move to taking the first step?
No.
But did that force you to adapt?
Right, every time.
But nonetheless, you are greater for it, right?
Yeah.
And then you realized that you can do different things because you have to have a different vision, right?
Right.
Because the original vision that you came in with had to be altered.
Right.
I'm saying this because the original vision that you have for your life has to be altered in order for you to get somewhere different. Now, listen, it's going to be sometimes unbearable and make you want to say, I want to throw in the towel sometime. I once heard somebody say, I think I was watching a TV show. People say, what was it? What did they say on the show? You never truly have an appreciation for life until you've come close to death. I was like, wow. Wow. And it's not even just about you physically coming close to death. It can be in the aspect of you mentally coming to the end, having that mental breakdown, spiritually coming to the end and having that spiritual breakdown. You don't have an appreciation truly until you feel like it can honestly be taken away from you. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't give life everything that you have, you're taking it away from yourself anyway. So what do you have to lose? The things that you have to lose are the opportunities that you could have created, the experiences that you could have had, and the lives that you could have changed, the performance that you could have been better at. You could have been better at work. You could have got that promotion at work. You know? You could have gotten everything out of life that you wanted to get out of life, but you stand in your own way. I'm telling you right now, everything in your life has a common denominator, which is you. It's your life. Only person that knows what you're doing every second of the day, even behind closed doors, is you. So now the question is that how you get to greatness? Richard, how can I turn my greatness into legendary? By putting in work that nobody else is willing to put in. By putting in those hours that nobody else is willing to put in. By doing the things that nobody else is willing to do. By being the character that you are. By holding your characteristics in the same light every single second of the day, regardless of if you're alone or if you're in front of people. Because a lot of us, we masquerade as somebody unknown every single day because we're always trying to put on different masks. Every single day, trying to put on different masks. Hold on, which one? Oh, I got this mask going for an hour. I got this mask going for an hour. But listen, pause, slow down. Wait a minute. Ding! You are an individual. And the reason why they have you running around with different masks is because you haven't decided which one you want yet. Or let me put it this way. You haven't decided that the one that you were born with is good enough yet. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Trying to be comfortable.
Listen. Your comfortability should not depend on the different masks that you put on. Your comfortability should definitely depend on the love that you have for yourself. Because if you can love yourself, you can show other people how to love you. If you train yourself, if you teach yourself, if you open up a book. By the way, book means, I've never looked it up, but this is what I believe it means, beyond our own knowledge. If you read a book, you obtain knowledge that's beyond yours, right? And so when you start putting in different things inside of you, what happens is you start to transform into another person. And when you transform into another person, You start to view life differently. Once you start viewing life differently, the right people will tend to come into your life, and the wrong people will too. However, you'll be able to discern who's there for you and who's not. I don't know about y'all, but I'm so fired up, man. I'm so excited. I am so fired up because just the thing is within the last couple of months, man, when I tell you my life has drastically changed. I have an amazing paying job. My daughter's back in my life now. Boom! That's what I'm talking about. I'm so excited. That's the most exciting part about my life right now is my daughter is back around. It's nothing like my daughter. Daddy, can you do this for baby? Can I? What? Absolutely. Again, well, not even again. I'm gonna tell you this. Even when my daughter wasn't in my life on a consistent basis, guess what I was doing? I was grinding for her too. She's a part of me, right? And didn't I say that it's up to me to leave this place better than what I found it? And I did say that I want to leave, even after I'm gone and dead, I want to be able to leave opportunities or create opportunities, right? So it doesn't matter if these individuals are around you every single day or just for a second a day or whatever the time frame is. It is up to you to hold yourself to a certain standard of excellence. And that's the problem. Most of you don't even know what your standard of excellence is. And if you do know what your standard of excellence is, currently where you are, it's not much of a standard of excellence if you haven't grown. If you're not consistent with it. If you don't live in it. You have to have that standard of excellence even when the people that you love and you care about are not around. Because even when they're not around, they still benefit from it. Right? Ken got me some flavored water, man. This water is hot. I appreciate it, though. I truly appreciate it, Ken. But this flavored water is hot. It tastes like oranges. I ain't even gonna front. It's actually really good. If it was cold, it would be even better. But there is something that got into me today, man. I don't know what it is. So, let me tell you this too, man. I went to a funeral today. One of my good college buddies. It's a terrible story, but he's no longer with us. But one thing that I did grasp from being at this funeral is the fact that funeral or life celebration, death is a finite thing. It's an absolute. There's nothing that you can do to escape it. If there's anything that we all have in common besides us being human, because there's plenty of things that separate us, but one thing that remains the same, regardless of your race, color, or creed, is going to be that we are all going to die. Now they say that the richest place in the world is the graveyard, because so many people die with inventions in their mind, with ideas in their mind, and it's priceless. Whatever relationships that you have right now that are broken, that need to be mended, and those relationships actually mattered to you at one point, and probably still does, but you're too damn stubborn in order to come out of your stubbornness in order to fix it. Fix it. You only have one life to live. And if you say you love that person like you say you love them, or you care for that person like you say you care for them, fix it. Get your pride out the way. Fix it. that is a part of the legacy that you live. There's always going to be somebody that wants to tarnish your legacy. There's always going to be somebody there that wants to tarnish your legacy. But at least fix the relationships that impact your legacy. Guys, today, only thing I wanted to talk about was realizing that no matter where or how you view your life, it's the journey. It's the journey. So grab it by its horns, and eventually, instead of the journey telling you what steps to make, you will be able to make the right ones when you adapt. But enjoy the process no matter what. Because again, your destination is only the reward for your journey. Your journey is where everything happens. Everything. Without reflection, there is no realization. Without any realization, there is no appreciation. Without any appreciation, there is no commitment. Without commitment, there is no change. Without change, there's no growth. And without growth, there's no life. And without life, there's no legacy. And without legacy, there's nothing. Listen, it's your boy Richard Ray, man. I want to say thank you for listening. And remember, you are here for a reason. And understand that you are greatness bound. And oh, crap. You are greatness born and legendary bound. Let's go get it. Hey, next week, I want everybody to submit a letter from. A letter from is just a letter that you write anonymously from whatever perspective that you want to write from, and allow that letter to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Vent.
Not only vent, when you decompress, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Allow that letter to decompress you, and let me read it. Listen, what you want to vent in your story may help the next person be able to navigate and change their life. We out. See y'all next week.
Sour Kids Production.